Two guys from two worlds. This is the FlipSide. New episodes uploaded on YouTube every Wednesdays and Saturdays. Now, your hosts, Jay and Noel.
Hit record now before you forget.
Hello, YouTube.
Good morning. We are recording live from Virginia and the Philippines. Nandito po kami.
Kinarel ko na, di ba?
Hindi mo naririnig. Nagsasalita siya. Kaya naka-headset para naririnig mo kung nagsasalita yung tao.
Ano ba naman yan? Ang aga-aga nag-aaway kagad kayo.
Kasingit lang eh. Pagka may nakita kang jeep at may mga nakapila, pumila ka.
Hindi tawid ka.
Lang ng ganun.
Pag may nakita kang jeep, tawid ka sa harap. Just
Hindi marunong pumila eh.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Magandang umaga ho sa inyong lahat. Welcome to the show. Welcome back. Episode 70 up and running. Today is the 20th of August, 7 a.m. here in the Americas and 7 p.m. there in the Philippines.
I gotta tell you before you move on, you sound far away.
Do I sound far?
Yeah, like the microphone's on you're sitting on the microphone or it's coming from the computer. Sorry, I just realized it now. It's not as close, intimate, and warm as my voice.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
No.
Is that better?
See, no, it's not. Like, you know,
There.
when you're far away from, no, it's not. When you're far away from the mic, it sounds the same as when you're near. It's like you're just going like that with your head. It's no difference.
So this sounds far.
Yeah. We might have to restart and cut.
Oh,
everything.
I got you. And then never. Is that better?
Yeah, so much better. It's like speaking into my ears.
Yeah. Do you like that, baby?
You know, for what it's worth, if you're listening to this podcast, it sounds so much better on headsets.
Yes, it does.
When you have headsets on.
Am I making you excited?
The topics we're talking about are nonsense, but it's the voice experience.
Exactly. Hearing me speak and hearing him speak is two different prospects. It sounds different.
Sounds disgusting, but I'll roll with it.
Yeah. Listen, real quick. So my daughter has been doing this thing this maybe 3 days now. Constantly. Aria, I'm not talking about the big daughter. I'm talking about the little one, the cute one. So it makes sense. Sorry. So Aria will just literally, so I'm here. If you're sitting in my studio, it's right here, right? There's an open area here where everybody goes in and out to go use the bathroom right here. So it's like a corner right here where it's an actual corner.
It's like a public space that people just walk by.
Yeah. It's like, might as well just put like a quarter inserter right there so that they can just pay to use the bathroom. But so it's like a corner right here. And my daughter has been startling the crap out of me out of nowhere. She'll just like literally like, Daddy, look at me. I'm like,
Jeez.
what? What's going on?
And are you really getting surprised, or are you like,
No,
I'm surprised. You got me.
Listen
You're so
to me.
good.
I actually got surprised because one of the issues that pissed me off, I made her cry accidentally. I apologized to my baby girl because I told her, stop it, go over there. I yelled at her a little because I was editing and I was about to post a short, but I accidentally deleted it because I dropped the mouse on it on my keyboard and it hit the delete button. I was literally editing like this. She jumps out and scares me. And I was like, what the hell? I flipped. I guess I jumped like that.
Oh, wow.
Mouse literally flew up. And then boom, hits the delete, I guess. And I had to start over.
You couldn't undo it or go through a backup?
I tried. It didn't work. I don't know what happened. For some reason, typically I can just do undo because there's a button for undo or back. And it'll be fine. I don't know what they did. So I got a little irritated about it and just And then I went chased after her. I'm like, I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. Whatever. Anyway, how you been?
Good. I haven't been out of the house since the last time we spoke to each other, actually. No, but have we? We've been out of the house though, right?
That's like 4 days
I
ago,
think we
dude.
went out a couple of times. Like we went to the Talipapa, but basically doesn't feel. Yeah, we went to the grocery yesterday. I lied,
Yeah.
but basically it feels like I haven't been out of the house.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
And
We
then we eat there.
only for necessities. I'm quarantining ourselves as if it was 2020 all over again,
Why?
voluntarily, except without the mask. Oh, which is something I wanted to bring up. Mercury, one of the bigger
Yeah, it's like a CVS over here.
pharmacies around here. And for me, it's a big deal. Once Mercury does it, that's a big sign.
Right.
They don't have those big like face shields on their countertops anymore on the one that we go to.
Really?
Right.
No,
So
you know what
they-
that is? Nainitan lang sila.
No. COVID years
So,
lifted na.
It's like COVID all of a sudden is officially lifted, not just on paper, but Mercury was actually. But a lot of people still wear masks.
Right. I'm kind of glad to hear that. Here, it's been off for God knows forever.
Also, the LRT and MRT not wearing.
You don't
the
have to wear
mask.
masks in the MRT and the LRT anymore. The trains here.
Right.
So there, yeah. Well, we have been pushing it for as long as we can. Better safe than sorry kind of philosophy.
Right.
So yeah.
Right.
Anyway, that's my story about going to the grocery yesterday. But it does feel like, because it's still like within the 1 kilometer neighborhood, feels like I haven't really been out of the house, so to speak.
I don't know how you can do that though.
But it has been. The sun has been shining.
So now the sun's shining, you still haven't gone out, but it's been raining for like a month, and that's understandable.
Right. I just wanted to push it a little further. Like, it's not raining anymore.
Right.
Sun's out, but let's just stay indoors for a couple of more days. We don't really have to go out.
I can't do that.
So-
I can't. For some reason, I try to, the most I can sit around one day, honestly. And then I feel like I'm so lazy or I'm missing out. Like
Yeah.
3 days ago, I twisted my ankle, right? And while I was doing something in the garage, and then it didn't really start getting painful until the following day.
Mm.
It got swollen pretty bad that I was walking around with a cane. Yeah, because it hurt so bad. Shut up, dude. Why would you laugh about that?
Well, something flashed in my mind there. We have a couple of seniors here in the house, and sometimes they leave their cane around. It's like, yung baston mo, iwan mo
So-
dito.
I've been wobbling around with. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. So Arya's laying down right there. I'm literally wobbling around with my cane. And Arya just like she's like laying down on the floor, holding the tablet, watching like that. And she goes, "Dad, you're wobbling like a penguin." I'm like, "Thanks, baby. Good job."
Which reminds me, you're crawling on the floor coming from the gym. I'm waiting for that clip or the short. Come on.
Oh,
Let's
shoot.
get it out. Let's get it out.
I did send
that's
that,
gonna
right?
be that's gonna be a banger, man.
Yeah.
That's going to
Right.
lift us to viral
The viral
Virality.
status.
yeah, that's gonna get us viral, man.
Oh,
Share
sorry.
your screen. Share your screen.
Share your screen.
About the gym.
The gym?
Hold on.
No,
I
not right
already
now.
sent that. I already did that before. What are you talking about?
No. Did you?
Yes.
You made one already? We talked
Yes, I
about it.
did.
You shared
know
it
I
on the
did.
screen. You put it on the podcast. We talked about it on the episode, but you haven't cut a specific clip or hashtag shorts for it.
I gotta. Okay. I need
If
to
you
look
have,
for it then.
please share it with me because I would love to watch it all over again.
Shut up. Anyway, what was I saying? Never mind. I forget.
Your daughter was startling
No.
you?
So yeah. No. It's going about staying indoors for that long. Like I actually
All right.
sat around for like almost a day, but I couldn't. Even though my foot was hurting, I still went out the following day because do something at least. Hang out with the family. Um,
My record's about 4 or 5 days, which is about the same record for not taking a bath. Just thought that you'd know.
yeah, I think that's really, really gross. That's literally what Harry does. Sometimes he'll like wait
Sorry.
4 days.
I think I forgot to turn on the other camera. Do you mind just wait? Hold on. Can you just talk to yourself for a second? I'm just gonna look.
Yeah,
a look at it.
okay, go ahead. You know, it's funny that you're doing that because I literally said turn it on. Oh. This is always the case, ladies and gentlemen. There's always something missing and whatnot. But hey, we always have to perfect it or try to find a way to make it better.
Okay, it's recording now. We can
remember-
start.
I don't remember what episode we were talking about that ring camera for, where I was crawling around. But I know I
Oh,
did. I can't remember.
right. Yeah, we talked about it, but do you remember making it or cutting it?
I don't. That's the thing. So I probably didn't. Damn it.
Yeah, I don't think you did.
Okay.
Looking
I'm
forward to that.
Let me find that. I need to find that. Today, Sunday over here, it's the 20th. We have an appointment to take Harry for his first tattoo.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy birthday last week. So this is your birthday gift to him?
Yeah. We couldn't get an earlier appointment or that same day appointment. So this guy is I found a spot. It was supposed to be at 4 o'clock today, but somebody canceled. Thank God. So it's 12:30 p.m. I'm gonna go.
Oh, so it's gonna be earlier.
Yeah, it's gonna be earlier, which is great. So he might be able to go to work still if he wants to or not. So we're excited about that. Filipino guy that's gonna be giving his first hat and whatnot.
Oh, nice.
But tattoos here are freaking expensive like crazy, dude. It's not even funny how expensive it is.
Mm.
They gave for a little, I guess, flag or tribal tat that he's gonna get right here on his forearm. It's
Mm.
like almost $200, if not
Why
more.
do you want to get a tattoo? I'm curious. Like, how do you bring up something like that? Like, hey, Dad, want to get a tattoo on my birthday? Okay, thanks. See you
Well,
then. You pay
He's,
for it.
I guess it's just something that's been in his head, you know, and we talked about it. Is it going to be, he asked us obviously if he's okay with, if we're okay
Was
with
it awkward? I'm just curious how the conversation goes.
No. It wasn't awkward at all. I mean, years ago, 2 years ago, when we went down to Florida, we were having dinner at a random place after coming from Universal Studios, and there was literally a tattoo shop next to the restaurant. So we decided, hey, let's just take a look.
Mhm.
So, and the kids wanted to get their ears pierced. So Harry got his ears pierced, and then Malaya got that little not septum, the pierce up here, the industrial
Right.
pierce.
So you're just walking and like, look, ear piercing. Let's go. Just
Yeah,
like
take
that.
a look.
Just
Yeah, 'cause
casual.
Since they're minors, you know, the parents have to sign and release a waiver that it's okay. And it's not that
So-
bad. I don't have any qualms about getting piercings or tattoos as long as it's tastefully done.
It
You
was a family affair, in other words.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. So I mean, while they were getting their ears pierced, me and AC
Mhm.
were getting tattoos.
Mm,
You know, so I was getting, that's where I got Arya's name tatted on me, Arya Jill,
Oh.
in Florida. So they were like there, I guess, because they saw it done and whatnot. They were like, so Harry was like, hey, when I turn 18, I want a tat. And we agreed, it's fine. It's not a big deal as long as you get it in a tastefully manner. And then say, Levy, we'll pay for your first one, and then you figure out the rest one.
That's cool. My conversation went like, I brought it up just to test my parents, just to see what, how they would react.
Yeah.
And both of them went along the lines of, you want to get a different set of parents? You want to go home tonight? You want to
Hold
go
on.
home to a different house?
They didn't want you to get any?
No, it was just the funnier one was like there was this like whole height of like not sexuality, but there was this time that people were talking about LGBT community here a lot,
Mhm.
I brought it up with my dad, and he's like, well, because I was like, Dad, what if a lot of my classmates are gay. Like
Right.
most of my guy classmates are gay. If I have like 3 or 4 guy classmates out of 10 classmates, 3 or 4 of them, let's say, would be guys. 3 or 4 of them would be gay, and then I might be that one straight guy, maybe, not even sure. So I was like, Dad, what do you think? It's like, well, according to the Bible and like this and like that. And I was like, geez, that's what we're working with here.
Right.
So it
Right.
was just like, both of them were just, in other words, this is what I hate about it. It's like both of them are trying to be like kind and diplomatic about it, but really, bottom line is they don't want you. They don't want me to
Right.
be.
Right.
I was like, geez, that's really how like conditional and screwed up your logic is about like reasoning it out. And of course, and for me, I have friends that are gay,
Mhm,
and it
mhm.
it doesn't bother me. But they're like, are you sure that they're not doing anything? Like it's like they're acting like as if there's something wrong with their psychology or what. And I'm like, they're my friends.
Mm.
But I was teasing them like, but what if I am? Well, then
It's not. It's always that tone. Well,
but I just loved making them feel uncomfortable about it. And then if they kind of asked like, so they couldn't even ask me straight up if I was or I wasn't. It's like they didn't want to know what the answer was. It was like, ay nako, what an uncomfortable. I mean, I just mentioned it in a sense that I wish my family were as just rock and roll as
open-minded.
you. I wouldn't even use the word open-minded. It's just like, is it really such a big deal?
Well, that's the thing, though. To our generation, it's not for the most part. You know what I mean? Because our generation and the newer generations are lacking tradition. It all boils down to that, the whole traditional belief and whatnot. But to us, it's just it's fine. It's your body, but still, don't do anything stupid. It's our job to tell them like, don't get like a tattoo in your like a teardrop tattoo because it's gonna. You know what I mean? Doesn't make sense. Everything, what we've always installed to the kids, everything needs to make sense, no matter what.
Logic. My favorite part about that conversation is my classmates, though my parents wouldn't dare ask, but some of my classmates would be like, so are you? What do you think?
Did they ever ask you that or no?
Yeah, they would. And I would be like, why do you ask? Why do you want to know?
Is that a
what
problem?
difference does it make to you? Is that a problem?
Right.
And I'd be so equally vague as my parents would be so vague with me.
Right.
About whether they would accept it or not. But I'm your son. I mean, wouldn't you still love me? Blah, blah, blah.
It shouldn't matter.
I try to push them into a corner about, loving me because I'm their son. I'm like their only offspring.
Right.
Yeah, but
that's the problem. You're the only one. We don't have any other options.
So, I mean,
now going back to this insurance thing real quick. So, yeah, it really caused a pretty big stress to us for like a good 4 or 5 hours a few days ago when we found out about and we were dealing about it. No, take it back.
Were we online already when you were talking about the insurance thing? I kind of get blurred between starting and
we
not
weren't.
starting.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Before we started recording today, actually, we were having an off-air conversation about life insurance, health insurance, and all that stuff. And I just wanted to touch on it real quick. It's funny that you mention it, like I said, because for the past week and a half, we've been having this stress waiting for an answer from Medicaid if my kids were approved or not.
Is that a national government service that you guys have there, or is that a specific private company?
No, it's a national thing. It's Medicaid. It's for the lower income people. Technically, with all reality is, since AC and I filed taxes separately, I couldn't claim the kids. Right?
Pag-ibig. We have something like that here. Like I think it's called Pag-ibig or Healthway. Health, PhilHealth.
PhilHealth.
Yeah,
PhilHealth.
something like that.
I've heard of
Uh-huh.
PhilHealth.
Yeah,
Yes,
government.
I've heard of PhilHealth because PhilHealth actually structured their program
was
from Medicaid as well
yeah.
from the U.S. government.
Okay. And then what happened?
So anyway, the main reason they were in Medicaid is because I couldn't file them as well because they're not my kids. Technically they're my stepkids, right? And AC's salary is lower than mine,
Mm.
but she got a raise. Eventually, her salary increased, and at first, the social worker was supposed to automatically file her renewal for the Medicaid insurance for the kid, for the health insurance for the kids, for Harry and Malaya.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
But literally, the social worker said, "Oh, I didn't do it. I forgot to do it."
Mm.
I'm like, "You're a social worker for somebody's health insurance. How can you forget something like that to begin with, right?"
Mm.
So AC was adamant about for him, please get it done and whatnot. So we
Mm.
waited like a week and a half for the results to see if they're
Mm.
going to be renewed or not. But unfortunately, they were denied.
So you
Because
have
of
to apply for it? Yeah.
every year it needs to be reapplied. Yeah,
Renewed. Oh, wow. Okay.
correct. But now this year, like I said, since AC's salary increased, she did not qualify anymore. But the good thing about it is it actually does not cost us more or additional to add the kids into our insurance.
What do you mean hour? You have a joint one?
Then me, AC, and Arya through
Oh,
through AC's work.
so you just transfer him over. Oh, can I
Correct.
just
So
have
we
a
were able to just transfer them over.
quick commercial break? I heard a couple of days ago. I don't know when this happened. Yung PWD.
Oh, yeah.
Before PWD people with disability, they also have like a discount card,
Mm,
and every year you have to renew that also.
right.
Doesn't it make sense? And I mean, I realized it made sense when I found out about this. Now they changed now the rule that once you have one, it's on forever.
Yeah, lifetime.
So you don't actually have to reapply for it every year.
That does not work. That shouldn't work. It shouldn't be that case.
What do you mean? Shouldn't you have? You're saying you think it should be applied every year, reapplied every year?
Every couple of years, PWD or like that, like I know what you're saying. Or here, it's Medicare for the older
Mm.
people or people with disability, right?
Mm.
These services are for, I believe, should be available for people who can't afford it.
Mm.
It shouldn't be readily available to people who are obviously capable of paying for their own medical.
Right. No, but for PWD here, what I mean is if you're blind or if you have you don't have legs, for example, it's not like
Right.
you just broke your leg and it's going to be okay next month, 3 months, 6 months from now.
Right.
This is practically forever.
Yeah.
But what I mean is,
not
just-
not forever though. Not forever.
yun,
They
so
should reapply.
here- right. So here they decided that it would be on forever. And when I found out about that, parang, oh, nga naman, it makes sense. It's not like you're blind today and then there's a possibility that next year you're going to be okay.
Well, it should be depending on the severity of it or what kind of disability of it. Yes, I understand.
Maybe that it depends on the severity. Yeah, but I think that's such a good thing in the sense that they don't have to keep reapplying for it every time.
Again, I think it should be different. You should be able to reapply every couple of years, maybe, because again, depending on what kind of disability you have, because eventually that money is going to run out. And that money that's available for that particular program also, it has to come from somewhere. Where is it going to come? It's going to come from the people as well, from the taxes. Next thing you know, taxes are going to raise and whatnot, or it could come up from a different budget in the or a different part of the budget, maybe the educational program. They could take it up from there. Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay. So before we go back to your insurance, do you guys have the same like 5-10 year validity for your driver's license there?
Yes. Before it was every 2-3 years, I believe. But now I just renewed my driver's license last year. It's going to last me for 10 years. It's the same thing with passports now. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to your insurance. What's going on with that?
Oh no. So luckily, it's been set up already. You know what I mean? Like my kids'
Mm,
health insurance are now okay, but
mm, mm,
what I've been doing the last week and a half as well, I don't know if I mentioned this before, is I've kind of been setting my affairs in order, if that makes
mm,
sense.
mm,
You
mm,
know,
mm,
making it sound like no, I'm trying to. Unfortunately, when my dad passed away, nothing
mm,
was set. He had no life insurance. Um,
mm.
there's no direction on who should be handling this and that, yada yada yada. You know what I
Was
mean?
he ever insulted when you try to bring it up and get it sorted out?
No, no, because he knew
Mine,
it needed to be done.
mine does. It's like, you want me to die? Are you waiting for me? It's like he finds it like as an insult if I want to get it sorted out. He's like,
Right.
oh, we'll deal with that later.
It
And
depende rin sa ano eh, sa approach mo yan eh. Depende. You know,
mm,
it's not like, hoy, pa, lika rito.
yusin mo yung ano mo
Matanda ka na eh. Mamamatay ka na soon. So, pwede ba natin pag-usapan, sinong mag-aari na itong mga to pagka namatay ka?
Yeah.
I mean,
I hope
don't,
I hope you're not reenacting it thinking that that's how I actually bring it up, right?
I'm just joking. Like, hey, Dad, so you're old and I wanted to have a conversation with you. I'm just,
Like my
no.
son's like, Dad, you're fat.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So okay, so you sorted it out. You got
Well, I've
You
been trying to
transfer
sort
it.
it out.
Now it's cheaper.
Well, for the health insurance, it's it's fine. It's we've been paying the same amount and we just added them, and it's actually better health insurance. More
Mm.
options, yada yada yada. But the
Mm.
other part of the insurance thing that, like I said, I've been dealing with the past week and a half was my affairs, personal affairs. To be honest with you, the just in case type of things. Meaning, I literally spoke to my life insurance policy agent to start to open up a couple new policies. So just in case, knock on wood, that something happens, my wife and my family would be taken care of.
Yeah.
You
About
know,
the policy, reminds me of that.
oh
Make sure na may copy ka sa bahay mo kasi just in case, may copy yung kukuha. Kasi yan yung mahirap pag nag-claim. Yeah.
ayan ang kopya oh. Print
Yeah.
out ko
Kasi
2 days
nangyari
ago.
sa akin yan. Oh my God.
So 2 days ako, nag-print out ako ng kopya ng lahat ng policy ko,
Yeah.
pati mga kopya. Tapos I have instructions right here of what needs to be done that I typed it out for my wife. Like, just in case, call this person, give this policy number, yada, yada, yada. And they're going to take care of your funeral arrangements, your medical expenses for me. And then this person will take care of dispersing the life insurance. On the following couple of pages are all the username passwords of all our accounts.
Nice.
Wow.
Like-
On a piece of paper that you can lose and somebody can just take a picture of and copy.
No. Well, there's only us here. There's nobody. Well, she also has instructions of where to find it in the computer, in the hard drives, or anything.
Okay.
I'm trying to make it as easy and smoothly as possible for her. My
Ang
wife is
ang policy yata dyan, kapag
Oh.
wala kang copy na ganyan, once yung company, hindi nila i-release kasi yun yung policy nila na bawal i-release yung policy yung pinirmahan mo.
Yeah, no, dito iba. It's different here. For life insurance here, all you need, if you have a specific name or beneficiary, you just need to submit a copy of their driver's license or ID to the insurance company, and they'll take care of it. But my lady, my policy advisor has been helping me out for the past 2 years, but the last week and a half, we've kind of been rearranging stuff, adding on stuff and whatnot,
Just based on the experience that Tin here has been sharing with me, it's like if they can find a loophole to not
Yeah.
give you the, whatever you're due,
yeah.
if because you forgot like one piece of ID or one
Yeah.
copy of your policy, there's a loophole somewhere.
Babawasan
That
nila yung
sucks.
insurance mo.
They'll figure out a way to not,
Did she
if you
say
can't, in other
babawasan?
words,
Yeah.
just cover all
Sucks.
your bases as much
And
as you can.
then, once na may madetect sa'yo, like, kunwari example, cancer,
Mm.
not
You get
valid sa insurance
sick
yun. So,
or
tatanggalin.
something that you didn't declare. Yeah.
Well, don't they? So here, when you start a policy, they actually send a health professional
Medical.
to your place to do a physical.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, yun ang ginawa nila din dito. They sent a nurse
Mm.
to the house and did a physical for me. They took some blood. They did the blood work because they want to see if everything's legit and whatnot. Also, you have to disclose everything. And if you don't, like I told them
Mm.
when I started this, at that point, it's only been a year since I've stopped smoking and vaping, basically.
Mm.
So my rate was a little bit higher then. Actually, now I think they're going to be sending since I just adjusted my life insurance the last couple of days, I'm waiting on a call for a nurse to come to the house to redo a physical since it's been like 3 years now. So I should be getting like a lower rate than whatnot,
To
for
update
for a-
your
to update my policy.
nice.
Mahirap kasi here, so we're living our lives now, right? Lalo na sa mga foreigners din dito, like here, I just became a citizen not too long ago, like I said.
Mm.
If not everything is there for us to use as our tool, pero it's not going to be told it's not going to be told to us. We have to find things and do things like this whole insurance thing and how to do it,
Mm-mm.
Dito rin dito, no matter what sino ka dito, if something goes wrong, while we're living, we're having a hard time dealing with life and whatnot, yada, 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 moving on. Pero after you pass, it's even harder for the family,
Yeah.
as well. Like, for example, if something like with my dad, when he passed on, nothing was taken care of for him. Even though I had the conversation with him, we never got the chance to do it. Like the whole power of attorney, dealing with his estates, his whatever, And
Ganda din dito, power of attorney.
oh
Bago ma-claim.
yeah, kailangan. I mean, it's just easier, So here, I'm trying to make sure that my wife does less, and not does less, but does not have to worry about things. I
Smooth
know.
transition.
Kaya nga, I know it's gonna suck because you lose a loved one. That's why all she has to do is call this number, and this person's gonna take care of dealing with the hospital bills and all that stuff, if ever, And then dealing with the other aspect of that is if a loved one passes away, there's the matter of that person's debts.
Mm-mm.
Depende. So who does the debt responsibility transfer to? Does it need to be paid? Does it need to be yada yada yada?
Mm-mm.
So yun ang pinakamalaking problema din dyan kasi you don't want to leave a burden to your family. I know it's a horrible conversation.
It's a mature, responsible topic to
Right.
talk about. Yeah. Right.
So dito, luckily dito, kahit na medyo mahal, there are different ways to deal with that stuff. Like with mine, unfortunately, based on my current financial situation, the only thing that I can do is increase the value of my life insurance, which is what I did. So, kung ano man ang mangyari sa akin, a chunk of that money can be paid sa lahat ng utang ko. Yung mga kotse or whatever, you know what I mean? Tapos, merong pa ring malaking good amount na matitira para sa wife ko for her to take care of what needs to be taken care of for, to start their lives together without me.
May asa ko.
Oh.
About the utang, once na namatay ka, hindi na muna dapat babayaran yun, di ba? Like
Depende.
house, example.
Depende
kasi,
kung kanino nakapangalan.
Here kasi sa Philippines, once you buy the house, like, hinuhulugan mo siya sa pag-ibig. Example,
Mm.
once na namatay yung naka-name,
Mm.
ano na siya, lifted na siya, parang ganun.
Hindi na kailangan bayaran?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What the hell? That's
Yun
good.
yung hindi ko nagawa last. My God.
No, dito, it sucks. Sabihin na lang natin, obviously me and my wife are married, right? If I pass away, all the responsibility and all the financial responsibility, the debt and whatnot, that is also named to my wife, goes automatically to my wife. Sabihin na lang natin, if we bought this house, right? It's under my wife's name and my name, then the debt automatically goes to her. Now, if the house, like for example, the 2 cars that I have that are under my name only, she can either surrender it or pay them off. Yeah. It's not automatically goes to him. It depends on what it is. Because now the house, for example, if it's a house that's named only to me, she can automatically relinquish the house, but that means she'd have to move out. You know what I mean? Pero kaya for me, since yung mga kotse nakapangalan sa akin,
is it bank?
Yung car? Oo. There's 2 cars that are named to me that are under my loan. So at least again, if anything happens to me, there's enough to cover whatever debt I have. And then more than enough to like her and the family to start off with life. You know, renew their life, so to speak. But nice. I don't think it's still enough. That's my worry now. You know what I mean? Kasi madami ring limitation eh. Yun ang mahirap din dito. Obviously, I'm sure everywhere else in the world, madaming limitation to obtain some kind of insurance, you know. May stipulation talaga. So now naghahanap pa ako ng iba pa para sa mga anak ko. You know. Kasi meron what I have now, yeah, it's enough to sustain maybe 3 people for a couple of years. But I'm trying to find something that's gonna be financially feasible for me, for the kids, and I want it to be separate ba, and then they can't really touch it until, well, I pass away. So it's kind of like building something for them, so to speak. Nakakatakot
nice.
eh. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, well, like I said, you're doing the mature and responsible thing.
Yeah, and it sucks. I'm not benefiting off this crap. What
peace of mind?
No, I'm just kidding.
You'll be getting yourself peace of mind.
When you're dead, there's no peace of mind. It's literally peace. That's it. Like, peace out, bruh.
But you know, at least
I'm just kidding.
You're working towards that.
Yeah, it's just scary kasi talaga. Yun lang yun eh. Natatakot lang ako. You know, kasi hindi
natatakot para sa may pamilya. Pero yung kapag walang pamilya, iba
I guess iba. Oh.
Yeah. Pananaw.
Yung nakakatakot dyan. Mainly then, honestly, it's sad to say and it sucks, okay? I've only really started thinking about that kind of stuff when my wife got pregnant. You know? And it's because of my daughter, my youngest daughter. And I apologize to the other kids about that, but I got scared, really.
Like, sorry, forgot about you guys.
It's not like I forgot about you guys, but it's more like what I had set up at that time was a lot less than what it is now.
You do what you can at the moment, right? You do your best at that moment, or whatever resources that you have. You allocate that, and then you adjust as you move along. Course correct and adjust as you move along.
Right. So let's change gears here real quick. So one of the things that I wanted to really talk about again, it's like
hold on. Are you happy now? Are you happy with where you're at? That you're working towards it?
I am, but I'd like more. I'm actually I'm very happy with what I have in place for my family. Okay. But I would like it to be a little bit more, because now that I'm still capable to do stuff for them.
Right.
I want their lives to be a little bit easier when I'm gone, if that makes sense.
Kind of curious if there's a little part of you that's like, Bayan, I have to do this. I don't want to have to do this. Like, you're not like.
Here's the difference, okay?
Kanya-kanya talaga eh.
When you start to think less for yourself, it's automatic already. It's not an issue anymore. That was the biggest change in my life when I met my wife. That's when I realized I wanted to marry my wife. Okay, in 2015, there was about a 2-3 month period in my life, mid-year, where I really contemplated about my current, at that time, life situation. Meaning, do I want to move on with my current girlfriend and go on to the next step? I really contemplated a lot of things, because I gave up a lot of things in my life and changed it, because I was coming from a single guy living on his own, doing this, doing that, not having any issues to pick up to go. Let's go to Vegas. Let's go to New York. Yeah, let's go. Whatever.
Single life, baby.
Single life, bachelor status, whatever. To all of a sudden being an automatic dad. You know what I mean? Because my wife already had 2 kids.
Right.
I thought about it. And that 2-3 months in mid-year was, my wife did notice it, where I was being a little bit distant, because my mind wasn't in there, I was really contemplating, what do I want to do? And then all of a sudden, in my brain, I'm like, yeah, I want to spend the rest of my life with this. And I wasn't thinking I was going to have an additional 3rd child. She already had 2, but I was happy. And that was the very first time in my life that I realized, holy crap, I'm actually putting other people's lives in front of mine, before
Holy crap.
mine.
I'm so selfish.
Yeah. Holy crap. I'm an asshole. I'm a selfish piece of ass. And that's when I realized that, shit, these lives are more important than mine, meaning AC, Harry, and Malaya's lives. So 3 months later, I was engaged to my wife. So once you start having that, all these other questions about, is it worth it? It doesn't pop up to me anymore. It's more, I'm always thinking about, what else can I do? What else can I do? What else can I do? The problem there is how much of my laziness is going to actually be toppled by me doing something about it, Anyway.
But yeah, I'm with you when you say that you're working on it, because it's good to know that your actions, your time, energy, effort, money, it's not, you're not just throwing it down the drain.
Right.
It's for someone bigger than yourself, bigger than.
I just wish, man, this is where, when I got engaged with my wife, it's when all those things started popping in my head. Man, I'm in this situation now. I should have studied more. I should have finished college. I should have taken this job offer so that I have more money back,
I heard somewhere that that's how your brain screws you over. It's like you're doing something forward, and then here you are 2 steps going backwards.
Thinking backwards, yeah.
It's like, shut up, dude. We're moving forward already. Stop complaining.
Well, yeah, but I think it's it's harder to move forward sometimes when you're always thinking you could have already done and prevented this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
and that's what sucks about it. Sayang eh. Sayang. Biro mo, I had a job offer before, making a crap load of money. Okay. When I was single, but that would have required me to move to Vegas. And I didn't take the job. I didn't take the job because I didn't want to move to Vegas. Even though I was single, I had no issues moving. I had no attachment whatsoever. Yeah.
Right.
Years and
Yeah.
years ago.
And looking back after it, you have regrets?
Well, no, I mean, if I was just thinking like maybe if I took that job, I'd be making a lot more money now. That's for sure. Plus, I'd be able to provide for my family a lot better.
Yeah, but why'd you make the other decision to begin with?
What do you mean?
I mean, was there must have been a reason why you chose the other one over the other one?
Oh no, it's because I didn't want to go. That's it. Plain and simple. I was being an idiot.
Why didn't you want to go?
Because I already had at that time I was already having a life here. That was like during my single life moments here.
Yeah. So if you moved, you'd be earning more, but like at the back of your mind, you'd be thinking, "Oh, but I already had a life there. Why did I'm such an idiot?
Yeah,
Why did I
I mean,
move?"
That's the dilemma on that one. You know what I mean? It's because you never know. It's the always what if question. And it sucks. Pero it's just those kind of regrets that comes to my head, meaning in regards to certain aspects of my life now. Just being able to provide more, getting more, doing more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, more. Like now
Yeah,
that
but
you're doing the right thing, like, oh, I should have done this. More.
yeah,
Eh,
because there's nothing wrong with that. That's just
right.
because I'm not saying more for me. I want to do more for them. I want
Yun
to do
nga.
more for them.
So more moving forward, not like, oh, I
Yeah.
regret
Well,
like what I did or didn't
that's what I
do.
meant. That's what I meant.
Mm,
So I'm just
don't shoot.
bottom line is, you know what? Whatever.
Yeah,
They'll
don't
figure it
shoot
out.
yourself on the foot, man. It is what it is where you're at that moment, and you are where you need to be.
Mm.
Good morning, handsome.
Good morning. Thank you.
You know,
This is
like
what he meant.
you are where you're at that moment, and it's
Sabi
basta.
ko nga
No,
kay
wait.
AC Sabi ko sa wife ko, you know what? If now we can't move back home, pero if I pass away, you're gonna have so much money. Just convert it into pesos and move to the Philippines.
Yeah, you're right.
Dude,
You know?
if you invested more back then you'd be telling yourself, man, should I have invested more? Should I have really done this? Maybe I should have just saved up a little bit. You know what I mean? It's like you'd
Yeah.
still have something to say about it.
Right.
So
It's
yeah,
wala lang.
yeah.
I mean, little regrets here and there, but is it really a regret though? It's only a regret because it's going to put me in a better position now. That's only why. But whatever.
Would it really? We don't really know that either. So
Okay,
basta.
have you ever heard of the Sriracha food truck in California?
No.
Okay. Well, the owner of it, once upon a time, I can't remember if it's still called Sriracha food truck. I don't know. Whatever. It's one of those food trucks.
Oh.
At the inception of that business, the owner was a friend of mine that actually approached me and said, "Hey, you want to invest and partner with me into opening this?" At that time, it wasn't that popular yet. You know what I mean? So I turned it down. I'm like, you know what? I could have been a freaking millionaire now. That's all I'm saying. I could be literally not having to work right now. But because I'm an idiot, it's okay. What else am I going to do?
Okay. Well, now that we have that established, where did you want to go from there?
I don't really know.
Sorry. No, I just wanted to sink my teeth into it because yun nga parang like it's not healthy, because it's like it's nice hearing you like being excited, moving forward, doing the responsible thing. Yeah, but I should have no at the same time. I should have said, dude, shut up. You're already doing the right thing moving forward.
I understand
Yeah.
I'm doing the right thing, but it's normal for me to want more.
Okay, fine. You want more. Let's move on.
You mean to tell me you don't ever have that moment where you want to do more?
Of course I do. I'm just like you, but at the same time, I'm just being your devil's advocate in a sense now. Like, dude, don't shoot yourself in the foot. Just
clip your wings as my devil and sit on the ground. Oh, that was pretty good. That was good. I just realized what I said there. I'm gonna copyright that.
Genius.
Anyway, what were we saying? Okay, let me jump ship real quick. There's two things that I want to talk about. All right, that's separate. One, the one thing that we talked about being Japan's hiring Filipino workers for farmers.
Mm.
Two,
See, I should have been a farmer.
really? Look at your hands. Look at your hands right now. Look
I'm
at
just
your
saying
hands.
that I
Look at your
regret.
girly hands right now. Does it
my-
look like it will be able to do farm work?
I should have regret. I regret my choices. I should have, played with more dirt when I was younger. Anyway, what about it?
So it's either
Okay, so-
that one. We can talk about that, or
Yeah.
the renewed economic relationship between the Americas, the U.S., and the Philippines. Which
Is
one
that
do you
a
want to go?
question?
No, which
Is
one do you
that-
want to talk about?
Oh, let's do the Japan one real quick, and then
Okay.
let's go on to the next one. Let's do both.
Okay, so as you know, since we actually both looked at it, I just saw this the other day actually.
This
Where
came up to your feed. This is not because I shared it with you a while ago.
no. I actually saw this on
Mhm.
Thursday morning on my feed.
Oh, okay.
I wrote it down in my notebook. And it just turns out that you happen to look at it as well. So
No, this
Anyway.
one literally came up to me just when we were about to go on because my cousin Celeste, she's been on. I forgot to invite her to go on, but the reason why she actually shared it was because one of the, if you look at the bottom of this ad, Japan is in need of Filipino farmers,
right.
etc., etc. Years of working, some experience, and then at the last one, no tattoos.
Yeah.
And she shared it actually because she's got tattoos. She wants to do it, but she's not allowed.
That's 65,000, right? Now
Yeah.
it's a higher now.
It's higher, pa.
Oh.
But no
And-
tattoos.
Yeah, so that's why she wanted to share it. There's this Japanese thing that they don't like to get workers with tattoos. And then I was reading the comments that she was chatting with another cousin-in-law of mine, that it's so ironic because they got the Yakuza,
Mm.
Right.
doing Japanese ink there. But anyway, that's their cultural thing. But bottom line is that, be a Filipino farmer in Japan, but just make sure that you don't have a tattoo. And that's the reason why she shared it, because she's like, I
Right.
want to do it, but I'm disqualified because I've got tattoos.
Yeah, not all naman the Japan area eh. May
Well,
area pa rin na
For this
tumatanda.
particular ad, why did it
Well,
catch your
that's
radar?
actually a different, because I clicked on this,
Mm.
the link that I had that I saved, because it's a different link from what you're looking at, but it's almost similar. This one's showing Japan hiring farmers, 54,313 pesos and 75 pesos, whatever cents.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
What got to me is the qualifications. So
Okay. So nothing about tattoos?
nothing about tattoos. So it says here, principal employer is Fukuyama City in Japan. Okay.
Okay.
Please be reminded that as a POEA regulations, the placement is up to a maximum of 1 month salary, meaning the figure that they're paying.
Mm.
So salary per month between 42,796 pesos and 54,313 pesos.
Mhm.
Can you say
I don't know what
pesos?
that is. Huh?
Peso.
Pesos.
Yeah, but I don't know what that is in dollars is what I was about to say. Let's just say 54,000 pesos divided by what? 50
I'm teasing you. Can you say pesos?
pesos. What?
Pesos.
Pesos.
Can you say perlas ng silanganan?
Perlas ng silang what?
Perlas. Just say perlas. Never mind about the silangan.
Okay,
Perlas.
perlas. Perlas.
So social.
I'm
Perlas.
forcing it. It's perlas ng
Silanganan.
Perlas. Perlas.
perlas.
No, kayang-kaya mo naman eh. Perlas. So, pesos.
Pesos.
Yes.
Okay, so what are the qualifications? What's your thing about that?
So
What are
that's
you looking at?
981 pesos per. So it's 981 pesos per month.
Yun.
Dollars. No, I'm sorry, $981 per month.
Okay.
That's crazy low. Anyway, so qualifications for a Japanese farmer. A minimum
Okay.
of 1 year work experience is required. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Excellent hand-eye coordination.
Okay.
And the third and final qualifications to be a farmer in Japan. You listening?
Yeah.
The candidate must be a bachelor's or college degree holder in agriculture or similar fields.
Oh, okay.
If you have a degree, a bachelor's degree, or a college diploma, would you be a farmer?
No.
In
You see what I'm saying
agriculture,
here?
what would you
Yeah.
be if you had a diploma in agriculture?
I don't know. You'd be probably working at the back office, doing the paperwork or whatever. But I don't. If you have money to spend for your college degree, why would you be a farmer? Not that there's anything wrong with being a farmer.
But
I just
the
didn't think.
But the farmer there is magaang yung trabaho.
Social. Ibang klase
Social.
naman kasi
Ibang
yung farmer
klase
nila
doon
dun kaysa
sa
farmer nila
dito.
dito sa Pilipinas. Let me read you my qualification. This is
Magaang.
$66,591 pesos.
Wow.
66,591.
And then take note, lagi silang, yung mga hapon, lagi silang may pa-free sa mga empleyado na like hotel or
Male
may
or female
something ganun
farmer
sila.
applicants who are 20 to 35 years old. So right there, we're already disqualified. At
You
least
mean
high school graduate
you
with a
are?
minimum of 1 year experience and no tattoo.
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird.
That's the ad that I got.
So there's also
anyhow.
at the bottom of it here, the page I'm looking at, there's actually, this one's actually paying pretty good. Australia hiring dairy farmers. Yearly salary up to 2.3 million pesos. About $40,000. That's good. You know? And the qualification, minimum 5 years work experience required. Finished 1 year of at least college classes. Just 1 year or 2 semester in college or vocational course. What? Candidates must be a vocational diploma short course certificate holder. I don't even understand that.
What do you not understand?
Undergraduate, you mean?
But why do you have to finish 1 year or 2 semesters in college or vocational course? How is that applying to you of being a dairy farmer?
Dinatanggap nila yung undergraduate.
Wala. Trip lang nila.
Wow. Okay, yung trip nila, pero it's $40,000 equivalent. What, 2 point something million pesos in salary. So, I mean, that's good. Right? But the best part out of all of that, okay? Hold on 1 second. So the best part out of all of that is this is what really caught my eye. I'm going to do a screen sharing for you. And this is what caught my eye for you. Instead of your motorcycle to have this little thing.
What?
Oh, nice. This is part of the work that you're going to do?
If this is what you drive, you should get for yourself, is all I'm saying.
For the senior?
Oh, you mean if I made the money?
Yeah, completely new electric cars for seniors. Right there. The little tricycle type thing. Anyway, that's it. That's all I wanted to share about that.
That's just an ad that came up on the side, or are you saying that's part of the job?
No, it's just an ad that came to the side.
Oh, okay.
Because we were talking about your little tuk-tuk before.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So I figured, hey, that'd be nice for him to drive around it.
So hold on. Before we move on, what caught your attention about the becoming a farmer? Is it something that you wanted to do?
No, it's just
Did you-
the something.
I wouldn't mind being a farmer. I'd love to be a farmer.
Yeah.
I guess, I mean, I've
And
never
then,
tried it. I've never thought about it. So I'm not
And then
knocking
yung
being a farmer.
pinaganda naman sa kanila, per hour yung bayad.
Even if
Dito
you
kasi, hindi.
tease me with my girly hands or what, like, bro, you don't know.
Worst comes to worst. Worst comes to worst. If I have to, yeah, of course I'll do it.
Mm.
Yeah. But here, being a farmer, it's rough here. It's hard to be a farmer here. Farmers right now are having a really, really, really hard time. It's
Mm-mm.
borderline being poor.
I have my mom's friend who happens to own like a fleet of vans in Baguio.
Mm.
He's making a lot of money with the vans, but I think he let that go, or I think he's still part of it, but he let it go and gave it to a friend or something like that. He decided to be a farmer in Japan, like about 5-10 years ago. I don't know if he's been back, but
A
the
lot
whole
of that,
point
when that
was-
happens, is because OFWs, though. They're being an OFW, they make their foreign money and then convert it to
Mm.
peso. It's a lot of money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yun. But
Yeah.
he was already here making bank with the van business,
Right.
and then he still left to do the farmer thing.
Mm.
So yeah,
The other part of what I wanted to talk about is on May 2nd this year. Okay.
Mm.
U.S. President Joe Biden was planning to launch a presidential trade and investment mission to Manila, Philippines, which basically rebuilds and reestablishes the economic relationship between the U.S. and the Philippines.
Oh, right.
So the bottom
yeah.
line was for the U.S. to have more investors or businesses open up in the Philippines, right?
Mm.
After reading this article, it really blew my mind that it's great that it's going to reaffirm the commitment to help reestablish or establish a better Philippine economic environment, for the people mainly.
Okay.
This deal or this plan is said to be worth $1.3 billion.
Okay.
What got me annoyed about this is it's supposedly, this $1.3 billion is equivalent to about 72 billion pesos.
Okay.
This is only saying that its potential to create approximately 6,700 Filipino jobs.
Okay.
And that's what got to me. All that money, and it's only going to create 6,700 jobs. I understand that the infrastructures and all that stuff needs to be accounted for, but only 6,700 jobs, 73 billion pesos is only going to create 6,000, let's just say 7,000 jobs.
What are you saying? Where's the money going to go? Where's the rest
Where's
of
the money
going to
go? How is that going to be dispersed? What kind of jobs are those?
Mm-mm.
You see what I'm saying?
Meantime, on another article, went something like a reason for investors refusing to do business in the Philippines was because of slow internet and unstable electricity.
Yeah.
Wow. I did not know that. I did not even think about that.
They want to do business here because people know how to speak English, people work well, etc., etc. But electricity and
internet
are slow.
I think Philippines, you can correct me if I'm wrong here. I think the Philippines has the slowest internet connection in Asia.
Yeah.
I believe I heard and read that somewhere. I can't remember where. Which is kind of funny considering on the flip side of things, Philippines in Asia is only the number one source for hacking.
Exactly.
Also, number one Facebook user.
Is it really? That I didn't know.
Yeah, we're like number one on like
Okay.
Messenger,
Ah.
Facebook, just
Ah.
all this social media. It's like if people like in like some YouTube videos that I see, like, oh, people don't go on Facebook because there's a lot of like it's my tita or tito that's on there. Like here, everybody's still on Facebook. We haven't
Right.
really graduated. We haven't really moved. I don't. Well, aside from TikTok, maybe I don't think we've moved on. If not, even further solidified Facebook as the new sort of
Search
TV
engine.
of
Yeah.
not even search engine, like as a source for entertainment for most Filipinos, I think.
Well, maybe that's why the Philippines has such a bad internet connection because the sheer amount of users is ridiculous. You
I
don't
don't
think so?
think so. It's not the amount of users. It's because the businesses, if they can get away, my interpretation of it or my
Well, that's what I'm
guess
saying.
is if we can get away with 50 Mbps and people are willing to pay for it and they're not going to complain, they're still going to do business with us. They'll drip it. They're dripping it. Oh,
Well-
the next one is like if it's not 50, we'll give you 55, we'll give you 60.
Right.
And then after
Right.
only a couple of years later, oh, we'll give you 80 Mbps. It's like samantala in other countries, there you guys are already at 150, 200 Mbps.
Yeah, I got 125 in my house.
Diba?
Oh,
So the way I
It's-
see it,
well, I think that's
they're
what it is.
dripping it.
It's they're milking it, but yeah, supply and demand. Really, the demand is too high, so they control everything. How many companies are there that's actually providing that services? Do you know?
That's a good question. Before there were only two. Now I think there's like 3, 4
Mm.
small ones here and there. I
Yung
don't know
mga
the name.
networks and all that stuff.
Yeah, there's small ones here and there, and some of them are like only available in this part of Metro Manila, and they're not able to like a couple of really big ones, but only there's about a handful that are only doing, let's say, Las Piñas, or they got, for example, Southern Luzon, for example. It's not like a nationwide thing.
Yeah.
I
So
think something that
I know cafes over there like offer free Wi-Fi or no, and all that stuff.
Well,
yeah, but
free,
Is it standard?
but just enough to do Facebook, not YouTube.
Got it.
Something
Yeah.
interesting though, when I applied for but did not continue, applied for like an English teaching job online. I just wanted to see how it went. One of the requirements that they had was, aside from a LAN or an Ethernet connection, which is what I'm on, by the way, on now, because the last recording looked like my recording was really sort of grainy.
Mm.
I have a feeling it was because of the Wi-Fi. So now I connected the Ethernet, the LAN cable.
Mm.
One of the requirements was that, and that you have a backup internet connection. So if this company dies off, you have to have another account on another company to prove that you have a backup in case your internet connection dies off.
I see. Maybe
you have
it's because they want to be worried about it as well,
Yeah, you have to have a fast one, and you have to have a backup one too.
Yeah. Now it's crazy here. Our Wi-Fi is. I'm actually shopping around because right now I'm paying about $100 a month for Wi-Fi, which is ridiculous. It's pretty expensive.
Wow.
It's fast. I'm getting like it's fast, and there's a lot of like equipment that's connected to it and whatnot. So I'm shopping around for a cheaper provider. It's gotten to a point where Wi-Fi speeds, it's hardly really the issue here now. It's more like just the equipment, really. Here it's easy to get a cell phone. You sign up for a plan, you're paying for your plan, but you can get a free phone. That's what I'm saying. Like the new iPhones here, when new things come out, typically they offer it, buy one, get one free phone, or you don't have to pay for your phone if you switch to this provider,
Mm-mm.
But in the Philippines, I was asking about the Wi-Fi as well, because like here, down the street, there's a plaza. There's typically public plazas and whatnot. It's free Wi-Fi.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
know?
they got those here in malls also, like maybe an hour free Wi-Fi, but it's not really that strong.
1
Yeah.
hour.
Just
Well, that's
enough
the
for you to
crazy
do
thing.
Facebook.
Here,
Just enough
like,
for you to message, or because there's their reason being there's also other users or what.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
whether that's true or not, it's not really that fast. It's not really that reliable. It's just enough to like let your driver or your auntie know that you've arrived at the mall, but it's
Yeah.
not really enough
Yeah.
for you to do a podcast or work.
See, almost everybody. I don't know anyone that's at a limited data plan. As far as I know, everybody here has unlimited data in their cell phones, because it just doesn't make sense to get a limited plan if it's cheaper to get an unlimited plan. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm,
So the mere fact that almost everybody has unlimited data plans on their cell phones,
Mm.
I think that's why it's not an issue for these places to have unlimited Wi-Fi as well. If you go anywhere, like I said, if you go to every mall here, all you gotta do is log into their free Wi-Fi, and it's free. You can do anything, YouTube, download anything, whatever.
Yeah.
You
Meron
just have
din
a
dito,
risk of like, sorry, go ahead.
meron din dito, but mas malaki yung babayaran mo nga lang sa bill.
Pag unlimited Wi-Fi or
Yeah.
unlimited data.
Yeah.
Yeah, ganun din. I mean, here it's not really like that. Though. It's like here the standard is unlimited data, unlimited phone calls, unlimited text messagings.
Mm. And then may phone call,
Oh,
landline call, something like that.
majority of the people there are not on prepaid, right? You guys are on plans.
correct. It's just
Yeah.
cheaper to have a plan.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Here, it's
depends on how you use
cheaper.
it.
It's also cheaper technically, but a lot of people would rather really just be on prepaid
Yeah.
because we can control it. Like we never know
Yeah.
when the next paycheck is coming. I think it's a lot to do with that.
I remember when I went home last time, I actually brought my cell phone home because at that time you can actually take your SIM card out already and just
Mm.
buy the SIM card at the airport over there.
Mm.
So I bought the SIM card. I think it was Smart at that time at the
Mm.
airport. So I bought one and I told the lady, hey, can you put $40 of load in there? I'm like, 40 pesos, sir? I'm like, no, $40.
Mm.
And they were like so shocked because at that time it was like a lot of load.
Mm.
You know, I guess it was so, I didn't know, but they were just so shocked basically. Sir, that's a lot, sir. I'm like, it's fine. I just brush it off because while I was
2000
there,
2,200 pesos. Yeah.
is that a lot for a load at that time? This
Yeah,
was
it's a lot.
2012, maybe
Yeah.
2011.
On average, people give, I think, 40 pesos, 100 pesos, like that. Again,
Mm.
because we have that mentality that we're not going to use the whole 2,000. We're not thinking
Right.
long term. It's just how much do I need for the next couple of days?
This was 2011, 2012, last time I was home. Can't remember. But anyway, so I had $40 and I was planning to use that for the 2 weeks that I was home in the Philippines, you know?
Mhm.
So it was so much load apparently, because plus I was also even using international text messages at that time. It wasn't really an issue. I never had a problem with my signals or anything, you
Mm.
know? But the best part was when I was about to leave, I took out the SIM card and just gave it to my cousin or my girlfriend's cousin at that time, whatever. And they were happy about it because there was like a lot of, I guess, amount left still.
They were still able to use it.
Oh yeah, they used it for a while. There was like I think more than half of what I used still left, you know.
Mm, mm, mm,
And that was at that time. There was the big thing was, I think it was MySpace and Facebook was just coming up at that time. I think so. Everybody was on that.
mm, mm.
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
find it interesting how, before we wrap up here, and I find it interesting how a lot of times in technology, there's, let's say the website is ready, but the cell phones are not ready yet. So they're kind of waiting on each other. And then you know what I mean? And then the cell phones are capable and available, but there's no technology to sort of boost that up. Or let's say the the cell phones are capable, but let's say the networks are not. It's just nice. I think it's interesting to see. If you look at these technology documentaries,
Mm.
na yun that all these different sectors, whether it's the hardware, the software, or the psychology of the people, or whatever it might be, or VR, and all these things, sort of all these moving parts, sort of happening all at the same time, and it's not moving forward because for one reason or another there's a bottleneck somewhere. It's just interesting lang how these, like, you would think that things would improve sort of in a linear way, but it doesn't, because there's always something that it's not like they're all talking to each other and they're like, okay, we're going to do this together. No, that we're
Right.
just, everybody's just trying to move forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Can I dive into something real quick? Because I just literally saw this note on the side of my peripheral vision here on my table.
Let's do it fast because I need to pee.
Yeah. Okay. So apparently, I did some research on this because my mother-in-law brought it up, right? There's a lot of Filipinas that are getting scammed once they come here to the States.
Filipinas.
Filipinas, where,
Oh.
they're doing this long distance relationship thing, right? The Americans and then the Filipinos at home. And then they'll do the whole process of like the Americans are visiting and whatnot. But once they get here, these Filipinas are getting scammed by their husbands or whatever, American husbands, are incurring debt under their information, meaning obtaining a
wow.
social security number. And then
So
the husbands are
baliktad.
using the
Yeah, I know
It's not the
that.
foreigner that's being scammed, it's the Filipina.
Yeah,
correct.
I know.
But what's happening is the husband is going to obtain the wife's social security,
Oh,
and then
no.
the husband is going to open up a new bank account, a new credit card, a line of credit. And basically the bottom line there is they're incurring these massive debts under the wife's
But
information.
they're married already.
Yeah, but the ano kasi
Kasal na sila.
No,
No,
no.
not
Kahit hindi
necessarily.
pa kasal, ang Pilipina kasi may insurance once na napunta sa abroad.
It's not just that. The big thing there is the Filipinas, when they're here to be able to do something like work or anything, they need a social security, right?
Hold on. Can pwede kayo na lang muna mag-usap? I need to go to the toilet.
Yeah,
for
go
real,
ahead,
for real.
go.
Okay.
So,
Just catch me up later.
And then what happened?
hindi ko lang alam kung narinig mo, but what I'm saying is like, so pagdating dito ng Pilipina, when they get here, right? For them to be able to work or do anything, they need the social security. But first of all, before they even get here, they're sponsored by their partners, so to speak, diba?
Yeah.
So apparently, ang nangyayari, itong mga lalaki, these guys, when the Filipinos get here, they're without the wife knowing, they're gonna open a bank account under the wife's name with their social security or a credit card.
Yeah.
Okay. Or bibili ng bagong kotse under the new information of the wife.
Yeah.
Para hindi nasisira yung sitwasyon ng lalaki. Pero lahat ng debt, all the debt, it's going to the responsibility of the Filipina girl.
Yeah.
You know?
Correct. Yeah.
So nakakaano ba? And apparently, it's been an ongoing issue. Madami palang mga Filipinas na nasisiraan din ng buhay dito.
Nauuto, ano?
Oo. Yeah, nauuto ng mga lalaki.
Yeah, matatalino ang mga foreigner din eh. Kung baga sa Pilipina, kung wais ang Pilipina, mas wais ang foreigner.
Exactly.
So is it fraud? Are they getting caught for it? Or
I don't know if there's...
Karamihan ng Pilipina right now, ngayon alam na nila yan.
Yes.
Dito
so
na
now
lang
I guess they're being careful.
Dito na lang nagpapakasal, not sa abroad.
So anong modus nila magpapakasal? They'll do the thing tapos they'll get divorced?
No, the point there is these Americans
nila or i-scam ka nila.
These foreigners are scamming Filipinos because when they get here, they get their information like social security and stuff, and basically incurring all these debt, but not under the foreigner's name, under the Filipinas name.
Correct. But as their boyfriend, as the girlfriend, so they're together.
So,
Yeah.
ganito kasi yan. Ang hahabulin
Tapos
mo na rin,
maghihiwalay.
may utang. Oh, kunyari may utang. Example, may
Ah.
utang. Ang hahabulin ngayon yung girl, not yung foreigner.
Exactly.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Tapos, and then after that, then the guy doesn't have to pay for shit.
Yeah.
He's got a
Nakuha niya
brand
pa
new
yung
car for
kotse,
nothing.
Di ba?
Yeah.
Nice.
Ay,
Now-
God.
na-
Nangyayari
na-
din dito yan, actually. May mga ganyan din dito.
It's just surprising that I didn't think that it was that big of an issue.
Mga
My
intense.
mother-in-law actually, like, all of a sudden one day, you should talk about this in your podcast. I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Then I did some research on it. I wrote it down. I wanted to talk about it maybe 2 episodes ago, actually,
Mm.
but I completely forgot about it, or we never got through it. And I just saw it on the corner of my eye, on a piece of paper that I wrote it down. But it's
Heck.
interesting that it's like the other way around, yung mga,
Yeah.
yung mga scams.
Yun nga, it goes both ways.
Right.
Yeah. Well, quickly, just circling back to what you were saying about, improving your situation for AC, your wife and your family, that kind of thing.
Mm.
Knock on wood. But does it go both ways also? If something happens to somebody else in your family, would you know what to do for them?
Oh yeah, for my wife, yes.
Uh-huh.
If anything happens to her, because she's also got a separate life insurance and a retirement
Mm.
plan that's set up through her work. If anything
Mm-mm.
happens to her, I would definitely, I know what to do. Although I've been trying to
Mm-mm.
tell her, you need to print out a copy of her policy, so I have a copy of it and that I can keep for us. She still
Mm-mm.
hasn't done it.
I last episode we were talking a little bit about the latest on Netflix being Depp and Heard,
Yeah.
Depp versus Heard. So
Yeah.
I looked into that, and there was something in the trial that I sort of missed out on. I wasn't really caught up with it.
Right.
I found out on the documentary that there was something about the prenup or the postnup, like
Mm.
when they got married, Johnny Depp decided to have a little postnup, and that's where like things got freaky. It's so the scam that you're saying has got nothing to do necessarily with having an arrangement beforehand. No, this
Mhm.
is
Mhm.
this is the foreigner or the guy or the local, the American, encouraging the immigrant,
Mhm.
the Filipina that just moved to the States,
Mhm.
to transfer the stuff to her.
No, this is all being incurred. Like, for example, if Christine and I were like chatting, hey, so we have a relationship online.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I have her move here. For her to
Mm-mm.
be able to do anything, she needs to have a social security.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
And the guy, I'm gonna do something without her knowing,
Mm.
meaning I'm gonna buy a car or open a credit card, right? Oh yeah, baby, I opened a credit card and I bought a car for us. But what she doesn't know is it's under her social security information.
Yeah.
I didn't tell her. You see?
Mm-mm.
And then if something goes wrong, I didn't. Yeah, but it's all under your name. So why should I be responsible for it? You see what I'm saying?
Sounds like a long process, though.
It's a long, winding process. It's like a step figure. But the bottom line is, if I want out, I'm out because I'm not responsible for anything. She is.
Sounds like something that he, being the American, probably didn't plan at the beginning of the relationship.
Or planned it and knows what they're doing.
No, but that's long. Like liligawan mo pa, you're still going to court her, move her to the States.
Yeah,
Ganito
but
kasi
that's a
yan.
long-term investment for those people.
Yun nga. And then,
Yeah.
but knowing at the end of the day, if shit hits the fan,
Mm.
I know it doesn't have my
scot-free.
name on it.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm scot free.
Mm.
So
There you
there's
go.
always an exit. I mean, it's just like a divorce. There's
Yeah.
always a willing.
exit strategy. Yes.
And you know what they say: if there's a back door or an exit, you're gonna take it.
Right. Sounds so dirty. Because people like the back door sometimes.
Yun. And once you get used to the back door, you're always passing through the back door, even if there's ganda naman yung front door.
Yeah. So the moral of the story, well, the thing main thing I wanted to say about that is it's just funny how it's actually both ways. You know, the
Tables are
whole
turned.
scamming thing. Yeah. It's hilarious. Anywho, anything else? Are we good?
I think this is a good time to exit through the back door.
Yes.
Have you seen that documentary on Banksy? Exit through the back. Exit.
Where is
exit
this?
Exit through something. Exit through the back door.
No.
But there was this. Okay, this is a good story. There's this guy. He was thinking of making a documentary on Banksy, right? So this famous like underground sort of graffiti artist or whatever. But basically, what he's doing is illegal. But all his works of art are worth like $2 million plus kind of thing. Like people really like it because they're like genius pieces of art. Anyway, this filmmaker, he was thinking that it's all going to be about Banksy, but you know, something happened, shit hit the fan. He had all this footage on Banksy, right?
Right.
But at the end of the day, I think, gosh, it's been like 5 years since I last saw this. But what I understood was something to the effect of Banksy got all these footage that this filmmaker made, and then it turns out that the film was about the filmmaker. So Banksy was not even like the main character of the film. It turned out to be the filmmaker to be the main character. So parang it
got turned around on him.
Turned around on him.
Right. That's kind of weird.
It's kind of twisted in my head, but yeah, it's one of those documentaries that you should see because if you're watching it, you're thinking that it's going to be about Banksy or about the artist. But
do you remember what it's called?
Exit through the gift shop.
Exit through the gift shop. All right.
Yeah, I don't know where you could catch it. It was I got to watch this. Remember back when torrent was still alive? Like you download shit, right? So and you know, I was so like
I was so into that damn thing, man.
gung ho on down, like, oh, I must like curate my download. Yeah, so it was one of those torrent downloads that I got, but
I gotta find it. Man, I
love
downloaded a lot of shit on torrent, dude. I don't know about you, but I used to have a whole hard drive.
Diba?
Oh.
I'm sure I'd free up a whole hard drive by just deleting all my torrent downloads, kind of thing. You know, because it's like your identity. You know, if I die, you know, what are people going to think about my DVD collection? It represents who I am.
Well, that was the thing that got to me too, because I used to have a crap load of DVD collection. I think I showed you that, where I had all those cases of DVDs.
Diba?
Yeah. Anywho,
my dad and I have a whole wall of DVDs that we need to clear out.
Do you even have a DVD player still?
Meron pa ba? Parang wala na yata. I don't think we have a DVD player anymore anywhere in the house. We have a whole bunch of DVDs.
Yeah, I actually see. Once upon a time, I actually had. Well, like I said before, I had like a crap load of DVDs. I still do because I transferred it all to those cases that I showed you. But I didn't have a DVD player. I used to play it through my PlayStation 4 and whatnot, which I still do. But there was a sale at Walmart one time, $30 for a DVD player. I just bought it. Now it just sits there collecting dust, literally. DVDs, man. Anyway, I think that's it for today. By the way, great job on updating your board all the time.
Yeah.
That's the least I can do, man.
70,
I know I'm not contributing enough to this podcast, but you know, thanks to Christine, it's updated. Episode 70, down the drain.
Down the drain. All right, guys. Thank you very much for staying with us. Episode 70, down the drain. And hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to like the YouTube show, that'd be great. If you go to youtube.com at the FlipSide with Jay and Noel, subscribe, please. And if you're on TikTok, if we could subscribe here, that'd be great. Anyway, hope you guys hope to see you in the next one. Again, this is the FlipSide with Jay and Noel. My name is Jay.
My name's Noel.
We'll catch you guys later.
On the flip side. Aga mo. Ay, nako.
You can catch the full episodes on youtube.com at The FlipSide with Jay and Noel. Full episodes uploaded every Wednesdays and Saturdays.